Welcome to Subramani. I'm going to answer some questions. So first question that I'm taking up is, my concern is to hold shares for dividends for my retirement on direct equities. For other goals, I fix myself to mutual fund to participate in equity market. Is this the right approach? I really don't know, because the most important thing about personal finance is it's really personal. If you are comfortable buying and selling equities, if you are comfortable investing in equities, then maybe you should do. But if you do not know how to invest in equities and you are now saying I want to invest in equities because you are part of a big bull market now, then the chances are that maybe if the market goes bad, then you will realize that your risk taking potential was not so high, etc. So if you are into mutual funds and it is doing well, continue that. If you are into direct equity, you're buying and selling and you are happy making that kind of money and you're happy with the returns that you are getting, and you think you will be able to meet your goals, then so be it. How can I make sure that the dividends are sustainable? I've done videos on this, saying how dividends are sustainable and what I do to make sure when there are dividend cuts, how to handle it. I've also done a video saying how to avoid dividend cuts, but I've also said how to handle dividend cuts if it were to happen. Then there are no, yeah, request you to make a video on the complete works of Swami Vivekananda. I have no plans of going into philosophy videos, but there is some thought in my head that I will make something about Shankaracharya's book on Devatin Kural, or the sound of God, voice of God. So something like that. So maybe, but right now no promises, and I'm not very clear that I want to do it. I love your rational analysis. Thank you. Very informative. You're talking of IIPM, one company, that Nestle. Amazing that your Hindi is sounding so clean. We converted 2 seniors to business class for travel abroad to see their children. It is tough to convince parents about using even the air conditioner. Even after installing one for my father, he used it voluntarily hardly 10 days in 2 years, and my mother refused it outright. Yes, it is possible that you create wealth for your parents, but they don't want to enjoy it. They somehow feel guilty using that. So somebody who's gone through bad times, suppose your father was unemployed from his age of say 23 to 25, he did not find a job. Imagine the taunts that he would have got in a joint family. His own father, brothers, mother would have taunted him. So some of those things, or his mother would have very innocently said, oh, since you are at home, go and. So it's very difficult to know how people will react to a situation where they have had a bad experience in the past. So if somebody is bullying your child in school, it is perhaps that kid is coming from a very difficult background. It's very difficult to explain to a 3rd standard kid or a 4th standard kid that he should show some love and concern for the person who is bullying him. But similarly, you do not know the background of the person who is doing this. So very difficult for many seniors today. Seniors, I would mean people in their 60s, 70s and 80s, to think that it is okay to use some air conditioner or travel by business class when you're traveling long distance, to sleep very comfortably in the plane. Recently, a friend of mine who had some good stock options took his parents, his sister, his nephew and niece. He took them to US by first class, not even business class. He had really hit big time, and they couldn't believe their luck because they had never gone abroad. His sister had never gone abroad, so his parents had gone earlier and stayed with him, but here he was taking them by first class. Well, these things do happen, but you will have to spend the money. It's very difficult to get a senior citizen to spend money on himself. There are senior citizens I know who would give a lot of donation, but spending on themselves, they find it very difficult. Thank you for reiterating about fake propaganda of overnight success. Yeah, this is something which I'm happy that you also noticed, that too many videos saying, oh, this is how you can become rich overnight and stuff like that. It doesn't really happen. It takes 25 years to create passive income. So anybody who tells you, oh, create passive income, you can retire in 5 years, bad luck. I use YouTube Premium. I'm an admirer of every day, was an honest experience, blah, blah, blah. how investment and trading works but do not have cognitive ability, there are a lot of ways in which you can learn how to invest, but watching videos, reading books, etc. is definitely one way of learning how to invest. So maybe you should try some of those things. Otherwise, I do not know how to teach. I don't have a college which I am running. So I'm 33 and a part of NSE just for a year, building my portfolio gradually. Your comment on missing 7 years of compounding is frightening. That's true. During your investment years, whatever time that you can get, put as much money as you can for as long as you can. That's the only way to create wealth in equity. Don't worry too much about timing. Even after Pearl Harbor, after some time, the market did recover. Remember that. Welcome to Subramani. I'm going to talk to you about inheritance. It's in two parts. One is when you are expecting to get something, and one when you get it completely unexpectedly. So if it is a father's money which comes to you, it is somewhat expected. You know how much you're going to get, 2 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 2 crores, 25 crores, whatever. Something is going to be sold. Your father has got a business or something like that which gets sold and you get the money. There's a reasonable amount of expectancy. You know you're going to get it, you just don't know when is the timing. You do not know when your father is going to give, whether he is going to give it when he is alive or whether he is going to give it when he is dead. When I talk of inheritance, I'm just talking of any windfall gain. Could be some uncle who's died, or some property which your father bought long ago for 10 lakhs, which is now worth 8 crores. So between the brother and sister, it is getting distributed as 4 crores. You never thought you were going to get that kind of money, right? So something like that. So one is totally unexpected, one is expected except not knowing the timing. In some cases it also happens that the person who is getting it, maybe the son or daughter, is abroad, does not even expect that kind of money, and is suddenly very happy to get, say, $2 million or $1 million or something like that, right? So all these things are possible. So my first take is be active in the wealth management and the portfolio management of your parents, because it's very important that when you are going to get that, you should get a good title. Many people don't have good title of some of the land that they have bought or some property that they have bought, or the family doesn't even know that there is a property in existence. So when your parents are alive, make sure that the title is good, because there's no point in believing that when your father said, oh, it's a 3 crore property, it's a 3 crore property, when you go you find that it is not really a 3 crore property because the title was not clear. The society has issued some notices, not been attended to, etc., etc. Something has happened, somebody has illegally occupied it, or since the title is not good, somebody comes and tells you, okay, I'll buy it from you at 50% discount or 60% discount or something like that, and then you realize, oh, this 3 crore is actually 1 crore 20 lakhs or 1 crore 30 lakhs. So don't let that happen to your asset. That is point number one. Another very important thing in inheritance is to understand that your parents may have bought that place with a lot of hard work, etc., and built it up, and you don't have too much respect for it, right? For example, money got by inheritance, people think of that money in a separate pocket. Here I'm talking behavioral finance. So 1 crore earned by you think is valued a lot, but 1 crore received from your parents as inheritance, you don't value it much. You say, हाँ ठीक है, वो 1 crore मिल गया. Please understand, 1 crore inheritance is 1.5 crores of earned income, because there is no income tax. So it's worth 50% more straight away, because that kind of money to accumulate, you will come into the 30% tax slab. So that itself is worthwhile. Second, if you during your lifetime had worked on it and enhanced the value, maybe you would have got more, but you neglected it and therefore you are getting less. So don't ignore the value. Another important thing is to know that this money, when you get, it does not give you the money management skills. So there are people who, when they get a property far away, like if you're staying in Bombay and you get this property in Noida or Gurgaon, You have no clue what is happening in that place. So you just go there and sell it off to the first person you meet. That could be a disastrous thing to do. You might as well wait for some time and then decide what to do. So show some patience to an asset which you have got like this. Another important thing is when people get money, they have again no clue as to what to do with that money, right? So that is another bad thing. So don't be in a hurry to invest. Don't do a DIY without understanding how to invest. Till you understand what to do, put it in a liquid fund. Let it remain in the liquid fund, in the mutual fund. Take 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, and then decide what to do, right? And for parents, my suggestion is, if you think you're going to live very long, you might as well give away during your lifetime, because if you die at 94 and your son is 72, he may not find it very useful. But if your daughter is 55 now and she's got to pay for her son's education or daughter's education, it could be very useful if you can give her 50 lakhs out of the 12 crores that you have, or something like that. If you have such a big amount, why not give away partially during your lifetime? Look at that possibility also. Understand what you have, document it well, make sure that the title is good, and for heaven's sake, talk about it in the family. That's very important. If you are in the know of your parents making the will and they have given you the money equally, that's great. But however, even if they have given the money unequally, remember, it could be simply because they thought that they've spent a lot of money on the daughter's wedding, so they are giving her less. Or they've spent a lot of money on the son's education, so they're giving him less. All these possibilities are there. There are some families where for no great reason, but they say, oh, it should be 60-40, 60 favoring the son and 40 favoring the daughter. Honestly, it makes no difference. But whatever it is, respect the wishes. If there is a will, and if there is no will, please make a will. Because when you make a will, the reasons can be mentioned there. I would urge parents and children to talk about why the money is being split in a particular way. Somebody could give some money to their sibling also, saying, oh, my brother does not have enough money for retirement. I know one case where he gave away maybe 10-15% of his wealth to his brother because he thought he was not adequately provided for his retirement. And he said, this will go to my brother, and if my brother does not exhaust it during his lifetime, then it will come back to my son. So any of these things are possible. Whomever you want to help, etc., etc. Here I am also worried that when people get the money, they are very quick to invest, or they are very quick to buy some flashy car, or take a foreign vacation, or things like that. Whatever you do, make sure that it is within your capacity, even in your earned income. Now this could be very different when your net worth is 3 crores and you inherit something like 30 crores. Somebody gives you 30 crores, some uncle, aunt, whoever, it doesn't matter. Then dramatic changes could happen in your lifestyle, but please don't blow it away, because this kind of money you will never see again in your life. Now, if your net worth is say 4-5 crores and you get about 1 crore as inheritance, obviously first thing you should do is put it in a liquid fund. And there will be a lot of people trying to sell you a lot of products, saying, sir, ye insurance le lo, ye annuity le lo, etc., etc. So be careful about what you're doing. When you don't know and you're not very sure, I think there is this what I call the 1/3 rule. With 1/3, you repay any loans that you have. Some housing loan, car loan, doesn't really matter. Whatever loans are there, get rid of it. 1/3 you blow it, right? You wanted to blow it, your wife, your children want to blow it, so go ahead, take a vacation, blow it. And 1/3 you put it in a fund, saying, I will touch this only during my retirement. This is a good thumb rule for you to follow if you don't know what to do with the inheritance. I have seen a lot of people waste the money when they get it as a lump sum. For example, in Navi Mumbai, a lot of these villagers sold their land to developers or to the government or somebody. When they received 2 crores, 3 crores, they really thought, oh, they're going to get this every month, right? So their income had stopped, but this 3 crores would get spent into a Fortuner or some other Tata vehicle or something big. And it would be guzzling a lot of fuel. They would have bought themselves a big house, a lot of flashy things, and about 6 months, 8 months, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, the money is gone, just gone like this. And that was their lifetime thing, right? It's a pension which they should have created out of it, because their work is gone, their farming is gone, they've sold off their land. It is the capital receipt. Not many people realize that. So be careful with what you do with the money. Don't squander it, don't waste it, don't go and buy some property thinking you're going to get rent. Don't buy some property in some place where you have no control as to who is going to be there. Some political party occupies the space and it's gone like this. These things happen with real estate. So if you're not an expert in real estate, find an expert in real estate, or find a person who is good in mutual funds. Whatever, do the asset allocation properly and then use that money for your retirement. Don't just blow it away and then keep saying, oh God, I wish. You will not get it again. These kind of windfall gains, that's why it's called windfall gain, right? So be careful with what you're doing with your money. Don't squander it. Don't be a DIY because suddenly you've not got money management skills. So put all this together and you have a solution. So first, simple, the solution is, when your parents are alive, make sure that all the assets that they have good title. Sit and talk to them, make a will, especially if they've got real estate. In case you have a sibling, make sure all the siblings sit together and decide and remember what your father said. You know, if he said, oh, your eldest brother borrowed money from me for buying a house, he has never repaid, so give him 10 lakh less. Fine, that's his wish, right? So find out what your parents want, make a will accordingly, and you also be responsible for the valuation of the asset when your parents are alive. Make sure that the title is good and all that. Thank you.